Yo, what is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's been a week since you last saw me. And yes, or no, rather, I did not learn new English words. So if I fuck up some shit, I'm going to fuck up some shit. No better place to do it than this show where basically, we're just going to be shooting some topics, no PowerPoint, no presentation, no photos, no nothing. Hopefully all the island boys are here, coastal boys, continental guys, everybody's in here. Let's bring out the crew. You guys already know. First up, let's go, Mr. BC. What's up, man?
What's up, amigo?
What's happening, brother?
Not much, man. Did you have a good holiday weekend?
Holidays, yes, man. So much food, too much food is crazy because when you're trying to eat healthy and stay active, and then everybody gets you chocolate and shit, it's kind of like,
yo,
damn, man. So yeah, the last couple of days going into work, I've had some chocolate and I'm like, God damn, this means 20 more minutes on the fucking treadmill or some shit. But I've had a good one.
I was telling the boys with the Kingpins yesterday backstage. I'm like, yo, we were max 6 people because of restrictions and everything. Yeah. But typical the Italians that we are, we end up eating for 20 people. It's ridiculous. We have leftovers for God knows how long. But yeah, man, I feel good. I'm gonna have to definitely work out after this week.
Good, man. You look good. You look good. You don't look like or anything like that. But you look good, man.
We're still good. It's loose.
Please show off what water you're drinking, sir.
Oh, I'm on Naya, baby. I do Naya.
What?
I do Naya, baby.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Shout outs to Naya water. All right, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend. He's drinking. I hope Dasani. Dasani. What's going on, Face?
What's going on, guys? Man, he messed it up again?
No, I was playing around with it, man. It's Dasani.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Haters. Well, this is the last show we're doing for 2021, so hopefully it's a good one. It's a memorable one. Next next Sunday, obviously being 2022. New comic book day back in the house. This Sunday we just kind of took a break just to spend time with some family.
Yes, sir.
Tuesday we're gonna be doing hottest comics of December, probably followed by the hottest comics of 2021. To be honest with you, I would love to talk about that. A lot of stuff happening in the new year in the Newbieverse. I know there's a ton of stuff happening on the Comic Kingpins this year coming up. They're just getting started, but yeah, there's a lot of nice content, a lot of new features, a lot of new segments on both channels. So I'm excited to see where we are. And usually I wait till the end, but just in case people forget, both channels, both universes, the Kingpins and the Newbieverse, have subscriber giveaways. So make sure tell your friend, your mailman, your neighbor, you see somebody walking their dog, you go up to them and say, hey, do you got a phone? Do you got a YouTube account? Yo, sub these people up. Get the Comic Kingpins to 250, get Newbieverse to 3K. Lots of stuff to do. I see Bleeker's in the house, which means he also, with all this new content, means he's going to be pressing a lot of books. So make sure you guys go check out Bleeker as well. He's on the YouTube game I just saw. So he got a new setup and everything like that. So, Bleeker's going to be around. So it's going to be pretty good. So yeah, guys.
You just got the first bid, right?
Yeah. I think it was a 7-minute video. I was his first comment, which means I basically get 85% off any book I want from his store, something like that. I don't know. That's what somebody told me. I don't know. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good Christmas. Face, how about you, man?
Yeah, man, for sure. It's definitely a great Christmas. Got some good gifts. I'm gonna get to post. Probably tomorrow. I'll post some of them. Stuff like that on IG.
Oh shit! No, I saw a preview of those, and they were
I know it. Yeah, it's the one you want me to post, though.
you got spoiled.
I did.
That's good, man. That's good. Yeah, I got a lot of clothes and stuff, a lot of work clothes and stuff, because now
ironically, so did I.
Human resources, so I have to dress a certain way. So yeah, I was blessed to get all that stuff. And my mother, actually, if you guys didn't see it, my mother,
yes,
man,
go get it.
Work of art
right here.
Oh my God!
Got me. No, he did. Got me this right here. So yeah, that is dope. So I saw some of the comments. They were like, dude, your hands are huge. Just know that is a mini football.
Stop.
But yeah, I usually do gag, not gag, but fun gifts. So last or 2 years ago before COVID, I got my sister's a calendar, and like every month I did like a Macarena. So like, you know, boom, every move. Like we always do like some funny stuff, man. And this year, you know, we didn't really do gifts because my sister just had a kid, so we were just kind of doing, you know, the nephews and that. And then my mom surprised me with this, so I have to give credit to moms because you know, she's hella cool, hella fun. She was dying laughing for about like half hour. So, you know, but it is what it is. But
is it gonna replace the Iron Man 3 poster?
no, obviously not. No,
Oh, come on.
that's going in my
Face,
man
face,
cave.
Face,
That's going in my
there's
man
still-
cave washroom.
No, it's not. There's still space on the other side of the slab.
No,
You know
man.
it's
Right,
longer.
right. It's got to go up there.
No.
Otherwise,
No,
mom's is
listen.
gonna be disappointed.
I would love nothing more than when people I love and care about go to the bathroom and they take a piss and then they look up and they're literally looking at me throwing a football. Like, I think that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, maybe you guys will see it one day when you guys, you know, stop by in Ontario. You know, who knows?
I'm
I
not
guess we
gonna
all
lie.
gotta have goals.
It looks like a bootleg version to a shit movie. I love it. Your
Yo,
mom wins. Your mom wins, yo. She killed it. But hey, hold up. I'm sorry to do this on the spot, but given that we did skip on Sunday due to the holidays, new comic book day. You going heavy? You going light? You going medium? What is it?
Dude, I honestly don't even remember what books are out. I mean,
Well,
after last week's debacle of, you know, the application and people messing up that Avengers Forever.
You're furious? You're furious?
No, I'm not furious because I didn't get any copies, man. I literally called my shop, you know, Wednesday morning. I was like, hey, put my 2 copies away. I'm not picking it up. And they were like,
Did people really go hard on that though? I mean, like,
oh yeah, dude. Everybody was.
I did pick up. I didn't go too hard. I kind of refrained once I heard that it was the wrong information, but yeah, man, no. For this particular week, it's already happening. I don't know if you guys saw, but the timeless variant of Miss Minutes is already up there. Yeah, people are already selling that online at like $25-$30 a pop.
What is it? Is it a ratio?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be hot.
No,
it's just a regular cover. B cover.
Cover A?
No. It's a variant, not a ratio. It's just a variant. So it's like a cover B, C, D, whatever.
Is that the black one with the orange? What
Yeah.
What's the book?
It's timeless.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But
timeless one.
All right, I'm gonna call tomorrow, even though I'm probably late as fuck. But
guaranteed, yo, guaranteed.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough pull now.
I went on a few online shops, man, and the second it launched, yo, you go to check out on the cart.
Listen, that's what people told me with Strange Academy 13. That's what people told me about Strange Academy 14. I lucked out. I got it. So, you know, fingers crossed, you know, with the holidays and maybe people just kind of being out and about. I did see that book and I somebody had posted it and maybe it was Empire. I don't know if it was Empire or somebody posted it. I saw it and I was like, oh, that's a cool cover. But I didn't put 2 and 2 together because, you know, we skipped New Comic Book Day. So I didn't really, you know, add 2 and 2. But Empire, I got 4 coming in. If you can't find one, I got you. Dude, I will definitely take you up on that. If I can't find one tomorrow, I will let you know. I'll throw you some cash, man. You know, I appreciate it.
Empire, I shit you not. I got 4 copies too. And Newbie, I do not got you. I am keeping all 4 of them. I'm playing. Don't worry. If you're
every road has its thorn.
There you go.
Just like every. No, I'm just playing, man. All right. Well, let's get the show started. I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I hope everybody is ready for the island. No, I'm just playing, man. We're stopping that in 2022.
No, we don't want to do that.
Stopping that in 2022. We're stopping that. But let's say hello to the chat before we get started. We got a few things to discuss. And then chat, you can take it away because that's what the show's about. Dan Delatorre, gold medal, sir. What is going on? Michael, over under on mispronunciations tonight. Well, there's 1 right there, so 7.5. Wesley, my Canadian brother, 1/2 of the future Specs. What's going on, man? Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern. They're still going to be kicking it in the new year, so make sure you guys go tune in. Wesley's taking the bronze. Bleeker, what's going on, man? Yeah, like I said, he is entering the YouTube world, so beware, world. Get ready. AOA, just a feeling I've got like something's about to happen, but I don't know what. If that means what I think it means, we're in trouble, big trouble. And if he is as bananas as you say, is that a song? I think that might be a
I
song.
think you're talking about Bleecker.
Oh, okay.
Starting on YouTube, maybe. I'm
Oh,
sure.
gotcha. Okay. Tim, what's going on, man? How you doing, brother? Tim scared the shit out of me, saying that this show that we're going to in January is might be canceled, and I was like, no, because I'm thinking about becoming a vendor for this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with I'm trying to team up with Ozzy and Cruz. I don't want to go in alone, but I'm thinking about doing, popping that cherry, man. So yeah.
So you're doing this to sell books or autographs?
Sell books.
Okay, yeah, I hope.
If somebody wants my autograph, man, I'll sure. I mean, I'm just a normal guy, man. I'm just a normal guy.
He's not normal, guys.
Who's excited for Boba Fett?
Yeah, we
not
saw that
I.
picture.
Not I, but these two guys are. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. We'll be talking about that on the show today for sure. Empire Comments, what's going on? Marissa, Merry Christmas. I hope BC and the boys let you relax a little bit. Miguel, what's going on? Desan. Michael, should have made newbie try and pronounce your water, BC. No. Biggest pickups of the year. Yep. Another member of the Comic Kingpins. What's going on, Brandon? How you doing, brother? Steve Bradley, Jess Cruz, my brother. We're going to be going hunting soon, so I'm excited for that. Icon, what's happening? There it is. Yep. Dan, newbie, I didn't know that was from your mom. I wouldn't have been so mean with dude. Don't worry about it. It's all fun and games.
It's even better now.
Let's see here. Okay, so have you seen the Doctor Strange trailer? If so, you notice Wong's wrist. Okay, you know what? That's actually something we could talk about, because we didn't really talk a lot about the trailer, and I think most people didn't really talk about the trailer or post too many things about it like we would with other things, just simply because the trailer was at the end credit, right? So a lot of people got to see it a little bit earlier. But yeah, we can definitely talk about that for sure. Poison is the worst. It's worse than Island Boys. I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to be.
I'd rather listen to Poison, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's canceled, but I hope not. Oh, so are you going to the Mississauga show? Let me know. It's January 30th. It was just a prediction. I can't see that show happening now. Hey, maybe. We'll see. Will Wang, what's going on, man? All right, so let's get the show started. Where do you guys want to start? Ghost Rider, Star Wars, Black Cat, Doctor Strange 2. Where do you guys want to start?
Wherever.
Yeah, I'm okay with wherever. I don't know if you guys heard. If we're gonna start, let's do Ghost Rider. I know.
Pause.
I know there was the whole guy from Walking Dead that everyone's going crazy for, Norman Reedus.
What's his name again? I don't know his name.
It's Norman Reedus, right?
Norman Reedus.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Boss Logic dropped a photo today, and he actually tagged Gabriel Luna in it, and Gabriel Luna responded, and I'm gonna read it to you. # stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I don't know if he's signaling something. I don't know if that's any signal to him coming back, but I don't know how I feel about that, man. I don't know if you guys enjoyed him as Ghost Rider. Anything at all? Or?
I mean, it sounds to me from like his little message there that he's just kind of putting himself, he wants to stay in a position where he's ready in case he gets that call, maybe.
Yeah.
To come back. I thought he was, pretty decent as Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Obviously it's a different version of Ghost Rider than Johnny Blaze or Danny Ketch. Yeah. He was a guest star, so he wasn't really like the feature, or anything like that. Or the main character. Although a lot of the episodes, in that, or at least early in that one season that he was in, did feature him a good bit. And yeah, man, he carried a role. I don't actually know a whole lot about Robbie Reyes from the comics yet, so
yeah,
I can't really say how well he did as far as the translation of the character from the comics. But yeah, the portrayal as far as on screen and what he was doing with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it seemed like it was pretty good.
I think I think I kind of see where things could, go in the sense of like, they reusing the characters from the show. I mean, let's be real, Charlie Cox, he's going to be Daredevil. I forget the guy's name that plays Kingpin. Obviously, he's in Kingpin. He's going to be around for a long time. I've had this conversation with a few people, and I'm not trying to get off topic, but I will say this. The next time we see Echo, she's going to be waking up in a hospital. If you think that they just killed off Kingpin at the end of Hawkeye, I think you're wrong. I think, they don't bring in Kingpin just to kill him off like that. That's my personal opinion.
Well, no, you did. I don't know if you read the books, but it does happen where Echo shoots out his 2 eyes.
I know, but I just don't see them doing that if they're going to carry on, say, Kingpin. I really do think that the show is basically going to be her going after people. But anyway, back to Ghost Rider. I understand that they have those characters coming back, and a lot of people are saying that. I always forget the guy's name who played Punisher. He's probably going to be coming back. They liked the lady that played Jessica Jones. They liked the guy that played Luke Cage. The only one that's not really coming back, and that not a lot of people are talking about, is the guy that played Iron Fist. I like those characters coming back. I don't really like anybody coming back from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really don't. I wasn't really into the show. I watched, bits and pieces here and there. It was really hard to get into that show for me. I couldn't even tell you how many seasons, how many episodes, because I was literally just picking up, here and there. I don't see any of those characters crossing over, to be honest with you. Maybe 1 or 2, but I don't see it, man. Especially with like all this heat that they want this guy, from Game of Thrones, and then they want to they have a guy in mind, right? Let's be real, and I don't think it is. Danny Ketch is also a Ghost Rider. We've been hearing a lot of his comic book has been heating up the last month and a half, right? So who knows what way they go. Yeah. We are going to get a Ghost Rider, but you know how these rumors go, man. They start and then there's something there, right? Where there's fire, or where there's smoke, there's fire, rather, especially when it comes to Marvel. But yeah, I don't know. I don't trust any actor anymore when they're like, oh no, I'm not playing this, or no, I just don't believe it anymore, because we've seen it happen over and over again. So yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't disagree with you. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was what it was. It wasn't too bad, you know what I mean? Like it was bearable, but it was definitely not my favorite. Sorry?
Hit and miss.
Yeah, exactly.
There was some good stuff for it. Yeah, and some bad stuff.
It had its moments. I remember when there was the episode that tied directly into Age of Ultron, and I was hyped on that episode. Like I really enjoyed it. It finished off where I think Age of Ultron picked up, if I recall correctly. But like Faye said, man, there was its hit and misses. Do I see other people crossing over? Hey, who knows? I don't. Well, it's not really considered crossing over, but being recasted or continuing in certain roles. Sure, but I just, back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not really a big fan of it. I didn't like any of the Ghost Rider portrayals, since that's what we started this conversation over.
The best thing about Ghost Rider was Eva Mendes.
You're talking the original with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. My biggest, the best thing about Ghost Rider was Eva Mendes.
So I remember we were on a stream once talking about all the movies. I think it was when we did the the bracket for the favorite MCU movie on the Kingpins. But Hyper mentioned that he rewatched the Ghost Riders, and I was ripping them. I was like, yo, they suck. Nicolas Cage sucked. Like I just couldn't stand it. And he told me, he's like, yo, I rewatched them, and given the time that it came out, it's pretty decent. Like it's a good movie.
You can say that about anything, man. Like,
no, I get it. But I went back to watch it, and I genuinely kind of enjoyed it. It was okay. But no, I don't want to see Nicolas Cage. I'd be okay seeing Norman Reedus. I think that would be pretty cool. I don't know who. I see him more as Danny Ketch than Johnny Blaze, to be honest. But
get the fuck out of here, man.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. But regardless, I'm all for getting Ghost Rider in the MCU. I can't fucking wait to see where this goes.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, Matrix? How you doing, brother? Yeah,
that was actually a really good question by Dude. So we should bring that back up, Aaron.
Vamos.
I think Regis will play Ghost Rider as Johnny Blaze. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was decent, but unless we see a multiverse crossover, I don't think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah, I don't think so either. You know what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. remind me of? DC's Legends of Past or whatever. Like, man.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever. Dude, I watched like 2 episodes of that and I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, I literally was like, where can I invest this, like, hour of my life somewhere else, basically, because that show was terrible. I know some people are like, give it a chance. No, man, I could not. Same with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know, just like Bleecker just said, right? Or just like Jess Cruz just said. I mean, first episode, fucking Nick Fury jets off in a fucking Corvette. Fucking, you know, like it's just crazy. I want to highlight one comment real quickly, because we did get on the topic of Kingpin. And that is Mr. Comic Dude. So speaking of Kingpin, am I the only one that would hold ASM 50 and 51 right now? I would hold them. I wouldn't sell them. I would definitely hold those.
But move forward to his next comment, because I know where this is going.
Because some people are saying pass. That's just the people that missed out on it. That's it.
That's probably whoever's saying pass. That's probably the worst possible fucking advice you could give someone in comics right now, because like, not for nothing, if you think Kingpin's not coming back in like the Echo series or you know Daredevil down the line, knowing that Charlie Cox is in the MCU now and everything like that, I mean, it's just asinine. So
I have a hard time believing that they bring him in when they and nothing against blind people, nothing against them. I have a hard time believing that they bring in Charlie Cox in Spider-Man for no fucking reason. Yeah. Then they bring in Kingpin, or the day before, right? They brought Kingpin in. Tyme. Now you're going to have Daredevil, who's blind, come in and have the villain Kingpin be blind. I have no faith in that. I realistically think that Kingpin, we see him next with 2 eyes. He's fine. I think that Echo got shot. There was only 1 shot, right? And then the show ends. I think somebody shoots Echo. She wakes up in the hospital. I think they, what is it? Daredevil 53 kicks it off. She goes to find Kingpin, but she's got to, you know, go through Kazi. I think Kazi will probably be her biggest like foe. I think Kazi's still alive, to be honest with you. And I think that's who shot her. So.
Listen, I just want to put emphasis on it again. Whoever is saying to pass on Kingpin books, you're not okay. Early ASM books just keep going up. Kingpin book, dude, classic cover. The second book to pick up is ASM 51. We've had this conversation even on your show, Noob. So no, don't pass on that. But who knows? No, Newbie, look, that's a possibility. If they go according to the comics, he loses 2 eyes, ends up getting his eyes reconstructed and shit like that. Hey, listen. You saw the beating? Did you see the beating he took? Motherfucker got hit by a car, went through the goddamn window, got up like nothing happened. I'm sorry. Guy could lose 2 eyes in the MCU and come back perfectly fine. It could happen.
Yeah, they could do it. You know, the thing is, man, like, it's just, we literally just sat and watched like a 6-week fucking commercial for what they're going to do in the future with Kingpin, you know, because we all knew he was coming the whole time. You know, or at least believed very strongly that we'd see him. We would see him by the end, and then knowing that he's going to be going forward into more stuff. So yeah, Kingpin. I mean, that's definitely a hole right now.
I will put $20 Canadian, which is like 600 American, up for grabs right now. And I personally think it's either Kazi or it's Bullseye. I didn't really want to bring up Bullseye because I don't want to bring this out there, but I think one of the biggest undervalued books right now, because if you look at the price of this book right now, you're like, okay, that's a little pricey. But when this character does show up, it's just going to go crazy. Is Daredevil 168, first appearance of Elektra. I think that book is going to explode when she comes, which she will come. You can't have Daredevil without Elektra. If Bullseye's in it, you got to bet. But yeah, I just don't think they brought in Kingpin for no fucking reason. I could totally see that. You know, that being the whole premise of the show, man, is, you know, fucking Echo wakes up in a hospital and then she's trying to find out who the fuck shot her.
Yeah, man. And dude,
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I really hope they don't do that because that's just seriously bad storytelling. You're seriously gonna tell me that somebody fucking shot her and then they walked out of there and left her alive? Like that's just
that happens all the time. You got to remember too. Cops are coming. Cops and everything are coming after. Dude, that happens all the time, man.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm with Face, man. And look, guys saying it as well. When it comes to the portrayal of Kingpin in the MCU, they have full intent. And dude, Kingpin in comics, the guy has come back from everything possible. You cannot take the motherfucker down. It's the Kingpin. I'm sorry. I see it going the complete other way, where he did probably lose one eye rather than two eyes.
No, man. No. Stop with
this. I don't think he'll be totally blind at all.
Listen, you guys are too focused on the eye thing. Nobody else is wondering, and I've heard nobody say anything. I mean, I've heard people joke about it, but like no one's questioning the fact that this man in Christmas in New York City is riding around in a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Like, you don't think, that was pretty fucked up for me. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know what it's like to be in the East Coast along the lake around Christmas. It's fucking freezing, and this guy's in a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Give me a break.
But I'm gonna repeat again. When it comes to Kingpin, a lot of people after the show were like, "Yeah, but yo, Kingpin was way too OP. Doesn't make sense. Like, it's not realistic. You're watching a fucking show based on comic book. Nothing is realistic. Let's get serious." So.
He's supposed to be that way. He is supposed to be OP.
No, this is off. We're going off record here. We're gonna have a full conversation, like the boys, and that's just how I felt. So I'm like, yo, relax, guys. If you're expecting realism, I don't know, like, what's wrong with you? It's not gonna be realistic.
Yeah, they're trying to go the comic book accurate, and that's the thing too, right? Yeah. I mean, a lot of people. I think Empire showed it on his Instagram. He showed like the book and the comics and things like that, where she does get shot and things like that. I just don't see it happening. I don't think that they're going to start this world, this street level world with Daredevil, with possibly Punisher, with Moon Knight, possibly Luke Cage and all that gang, and then have Kingpin be blind. I just don't see that happening right now.
He doesn't stay blind.
Yeah, it comes back right away.
I don't see it. My thing is, she either gets shot, and we're gonna have Echo basically start her show basically in the hospital or something like that. That's how I see it. Yeah. She-Hulk too, right? Can't forget She-Hulk. By the way, shout outs to Zen. Zen joined us. What's going on, brother? Hawaiian Punches in the house. Guy Forge, 1/3 of the Pressable Defects. Mr. CLG, he's in the house. What's going on, guys? Man, happy. Well, I was going to say, happy holidays, but I was trying to figure out what day it was. So, yeah, happy Tuesday. Happy Comic Book Eve. Happy Bubba Fett Eve. I hope your Christmases were good, man. Let's see here. Also, CLG brings up a good point. He says She-Hulk. I feel like nobody's talking about She-Hulk right now. Nobody. And it's due. It's coming up. I think they match shit up, but like nobody's really talking about She-Hulk, man. Everybody is on Doctor Strange, everybody is on Thor, everybody is on Moon Knight, but She-Hulk stuff has kind of gone away. And I think that if you're looking at like some investments, I think that's a good area to look at right now. If you could find it cheap enough, because when she comes, just like anything, it's gonna pop, whether it be for a short time or a long time, it's still gonna pop. So be on the lookout for your She-Hulk stuff, man.
Yeah. So hold up, I'm trying to understand Bleeker's comment. So ridiculous if you think it wasn't better in the show and it was realistic version of a comic book character. Sorry, you love everything they throw at you, but I'm not too sure if you mean that, because I'm saying people were like, yeah, but the way he was handling, he gets hit by a car and gets back up, like that's not realistic. That's what I'm saying. Is like a lot of people are like, oh, but it doesn't add up. Like there's so much happening in these series that clearly don't add up. You know what I mean? Like they're just pointing that particular thing out. The possibility of him getting shot in the eye and still surviving seems like a possibility. That's all I was saying.
Oh, he's saying that Netflix was better than Hawkeye that we just got. The portrayal of Kingpin was better in Netflix than it was in Hawkeye. That's what
okay. Totally. But I'm just saying we know that in the MCU now, they're going to make him OP as hell. Right? Like clearly what you saw, and I don't know if you guys remember the fight scene between Daredevil and Kingpin. I think it was season 3, or was it season 2? Sorry, When they finally fight.
You talking about that last fight scene at the end of season 1?
It could be, yeah, at the end of season 1. I'm trying to remember, but when they have the full-on brawl, he was not as OP as he is right now. Like, just watching that fight with Kate, it was kind of like, holy cow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the strength was just not normal. But at the same time, he's also dealing with a young girl, right? I don't know if that was the intent, but like getting hit by a car and all that stuff was like, oh, okay. Like they're making
Netflix was a little more up in the air with how they portrayed Kingpin exactly and his, I guess, quote unquote powers. Even though it's kind of supposed to be just like a regular dude for the most part. But you know, in the comics, obviously he's more OP than a regular person, even though he is essentially just a regular person. Netflix, they had him at times where he was, you know, insanely OP, but then at other times, like that last fight scene with Daredevil, which was fucking dope. Yes. But at the same time, Daredevil was not, you know, he wasn't having his fucking skull smashed by Kingpin either, which, given the portrayal of him earlier in the season, probably would have happened. So it's kind of like, you know, it's one of those things where it's, you know, it's hard to portray powers in fucking live action.
Oh,
it really is. And I mean, it's going to be, you know, Marvel, same thing. Over a longer period of time, it's going to kind of fluctuate too. You know, he looked real OP with everything that we've seen so far, in Kate Bishop getting hit by a car, shot with an arrow, and everything like that. Yep. But there's going to be times where he doesn't look as powerful too. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And dude, Dan brings up a good point that in the comics, Kingpin's able to lift like 1 ton. You know what I mean? Like he's ridiculously strong, and we all remember that in comics, the cartoons, anything, right? So.
She-Hulk is also gonna have Daredevil, people forget, that's rumored, and Bruce Banner is supposedly showing up too. So just saying, you know, don't sleep on your She-Hulk stuff, because nobody's talking about She-Hulk right now. And you know, especially from an investment side, I mean, you could definitely find some stuff there. You just never know.
A lot of cameos too.
Yeah, you never know. You're next. Amen. Avengers Annual 10, get ahead of it before Rogue is in the MCU. Just saying, yeah. Yep. Let's shift gears here and let's go into Doctor Strange 2. Let's go there right now. Most people in the chat have seen the movie, so they've seen the trailer. Lots going on. So we're introduced to America Chavez. We're introduced to Necro.
Dude, by the way, the trailer did come out not just with Spider-Man, but they launched it. Like it's
I know. Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I'm calling him the evil Doctor Strange. Gargantuous. You know, you have a lot of these characters. Gargantos. You know, you have a lot of these characters. We finally see the multiverse and what it looks like. Could we possibly see some characters? I mean, Brother Voodoo, he's got the dreads going on. Sleepwalker. Yes, I knew Ozzy was gonna tell me. Yeah. You know, there's a bunch going on. This could be maybe a 2-parter. I don't see some of these characters other than Gargantuous.
Wait, hold up. Sleepwalker?
Yeah, wasn't he in the toys?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that he was in the trailer. I was like,
no.
Trailers. I was like, I missed that shit. Damn.
No. Just because of the toy line.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
Guys, I feel that's total misinformation. I know a lot of people are even like,
dude, that book is in the top 10.
It doesn't belong there.
No, I 100% agree.
It doesn't belong there. I do not expect that at all.
Or Mordo, not Voodoo.
To take place within the movie. You guys saw the toys Hasbro released. I think it was Hasbro. You see all the Doctor Strange ones, and Sleepwalker is a totally different one. There's also another character. They did this many times, guys. Shang-Chi, when the movie dropped, you got Tony Stark AI. Did you get Tony Stark AI in Shang-Chi?
Oh, not yet. We are going to get Tony Stark AI.
But did you get him in? Did you get him in Shang-Chi? Everybody thought it was going to happen. They started going bananas. Didn't happen. I'm saying no.
Yeah, BC's absolutely right. They do that all the time, where they'll throw in a character in the line that they don't necessarily use.
There's a second character too, dude, that nobody's talking about, and I don't remember who it is. But again, totally irrelevant. Every movie that's come out, they do this. Whenever they launch their line of toys, they always include a few other characters. So
yeah.
But
I'm just excited for Doctor Strange, man. Similar to how excited I was to Loki. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you guys have heard me say this, and a lot of people who I've talked to, you know, I talk to a lot of people who are in the chat right now. You know, I'm a friendly guy. What can I say? But I've been on record to say, you know, I'm excited for Spider-Man, but the movie that I cannot absolutely wait for is Doctor Strange 2. The title, the characters that are in it, what we're gonna see, you know, my spec of what I've said we're gonna see. You know, me and BC have gone back and forth on a few things. You know, I'm just excited for Doctor Strange. It's going to open up the madness. It's going to open up more of the multiverse. I think we get more of the multiverse in that movie than we do in this one. And I think that, I mean, like any Marvel movie or, you know, just comic movie in general, we're going to get more questions, but we're eventually going to get some stuff answered. I can't wait for this. Now, there is a few people talking, and Just Cruise, I will get back to your comment about Brie Larson, but let's keep it in here real quick. Zen asked, and Zen, you're not the first one. There's a few people that asked early on in the chat about Juan's wrist. What's going on with that? I didn't catch it. I might have to go watch it again.
The only thing that I've seen related to that is people stating that Wanda is gonna be the villain, and that there's kind of like a reference to it on Wong's wrist. Now I don't know if that's confirmed. That was the only article I saw, but I just totally haven't caught up to that. I haven't had an opportunity to read.
So what do you mean by like on the wrist it states that Wanda is the villain? I'm confused.
There's something that people are saying kind of gives away that she's the villain. Now I don't know what it is. I'm not going to go into detail because I haven't seen it, right? I haven't gone back to rewatch it. I haven't read any of these articles, but from what I was understanding, just scrolling on IG, a few people were saying how Wanda is clearly the villain because of this. So I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Will Wang says it. There's red magic aura on Wong's wrist. So
yeah. Who's this character? Specs Man, what's up, man? A few people brought it up earlier, and then Specs Man said it's the second character. Tim is asking if it's the Marvel Team Up 68 guy.
Possibly.
I have no idea who we're talking about. The red magic is on his wrist. Okay.
So, hey, should that be the case? I mean, I could see that happening. There's a lot of talks about other characters popping in too.
Yeah. We could see Agatha in maybe a cameo.
Wait. Let's go back to the Doctor Strange thing real quick. So so there's red magic around his wrist, and I get so that's the why people are thinking that Wanda is the villain.
Yep, that's literally all I've seen. I
mean that actually does kind of make some sense.
Yeah.
But as an alternative theory, you know, they've already showed the Necromancer's Doctor Strange in the trailers and everything like that. I could be the bands of Sidorak or whatever that he uses all the time in the comics to kind of tie people up. So if we're getting an evil Strange, I mean, yeah, you know, there's just a lot of different ways that they could go with it. Because those are always red. They're the Crimson Bands of Sidorak or some shit like that. So
I think that with everything going on in this movie, I don't think it is a one and done. I think it's going to probably have a continuation, just simply because you have Mordo, you have, you know, evil Doctor Strange, he's got, you know, all these characters, and then Wanda, you know, everything like that. And, you know, spoiler, I don't have a cannonball like, you know, my guy TiVo over there. I'm not as cool, but I've been talking about this happening, and me and BC have gone back and forth with this, and I've actually had some spec characters that I believe will show up in this movie. But I will say, everybody's counting on X-Men. I've been saying for a while, I think Professor X shows up in this movie. I just have this feeling. I have the whole Illuminati and all that shit happening. I've talked about the Illuminati. I've talked about some of these characters that are going to be in the Illuminati. I'm just saying, you heard it here first. Tuesday, December 28th, 10:14. Don't sleep on that stuff. That's all I'm saying.
There were some reports about like Doctor Strange or I'm not showing up in Doctor Strange would be like Professor X or some shit like that, right?
Yep.
Somebody there was some rumors going around about that at one point. Seems
I'm
like kind of an odd place for him to show up, but hey, who knows? It could be a way to bring in mutants. So
I'm pretty positive it's gonna take place, man. I saw something that seems to have been a giveaway, like a giveaway. It adds up, man. I see it possibly taking place. I'd be stocking up on some of those Illuminati books. I believe it's New Avengers 7, right? But
now, there is a 1 in 25 that is like a $1,200 book, I believe. Like when it became hot, I remember it was like a $1,200 book. There's a lot of copies of cover A. So, I mean, if you can find that 1 in 25, I think it's a 1 in 25. If you can find that one, I think you're going to be happy down the road because obviously that's just going to be worth a little bit more money. Not to say that the characters in that Illuminati are going to be the characters that we see in the Illuminati. I don't think so. But the Illuminati, that, you know, if you got it. Now, I don't know as far, you know, outside of like the Avengers and things like that, you know, maybe Justice League. I don't know how much team. Like I get the Young Avengers one and you know, that's fine. But just sometimes the team, you know, like we've had this conversation with the Thunderbolts, right? Like, is it Hulk, you know, 449, or should you be going after the individual things and things like that? So I don't know how much you can buy into it. You can buy it if you can find these books cheap. Why not? They're on a decline from where they were, say, like 6 to 8 months ago when the book was hot. So just keep that in mind. Always buy on the dip when nobody's looking, right?
Yep. As for the actor, man, I'd be okay seeing James McAvoy again.
I think it is going to be him.
Yeah, like I'm fine with it. I think he would do a great job in continuing to be him. I get it. Professor X had Patrick Stewart had the full vibe. You know what I mean? Like in the OG X-Men, like as the older Professor X, totally. But I don't know.
The problem is like he's not getting any younger. So I mean,
yeah.
No,
I could see them bring. What's his name, Patrick Stewart in and kind of kill him off. I mean, we are introduced to a multiverse, so they could bring in both and then just that one go into it. Who knows, man?
Yeah, but like I said, I had seen something kind of reference that it's most likely gonna happen. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because until anything is, you know, pretty much confirmed, it would just be false info. But I'm pretty positive that might take place.
Yeah. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Let's shift gears. And actually, Matrix, you hit it right on the nail. Let's start there because actually something that I was going to talk about could connect with this character and this movie. But yeah, this movie is less than a month away. And that's crazy because no one kind of shows it love, right? I mean, unless you're a hardcore Morbius fan. I mean, even I forgot that this was coming out. So yeah, X-Men books are getting hot now. Yep.
They've been getting hot.
I probably was looking too hard and missed it. Hey, it's all good, man. But yeah, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was there is a rumor going around, and it just started today. It might have started yesterday. If you saw it a week ago or 2 months ago, or your grandmother, you know, saw it, you know, whatever. It is what it is. But there is rumors that Anna Taylor, I think her name is Ann Taylor, something like that. She is rumored to be in the works of working out a deal with Sony to play Black Cat, which goes hand in hand with Morbius, I think.
Hold up. What's this actress's name?
I think it's Anna Taylor.
Anna Taylor?
I think so.
That chick that played, did she play Magic in New Mutants? Is it
I think so. Yeah, I think that's her. Yeah, she's like that skinny blonde.
Bro,
yeah.
That's the girl from Queen's Gambit.
Oh, okay. Shit, I don't know. Why are you yelling at me? I didn't make
this
rumor up.
Yo, no, I was actually hoping she would play
Ann Taylor Joy. That's what her name is.
No, if there's anybody I want that girl to play, 100%, I think she would slay it, and there's no pun intended here. As Erica
Isn't your wife in the chat, man? Relax.
No, Erica Slaughter, bro. She would.
Ooh, yeah.
Fit perfect for her. But
yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't see her as Black Cat. No,
there. I think she's too skinny for it. But hey,
I like
who
her
knows?
Magic. I want to see her play Magic again, but like in the MCU with, you know.
Agreed, yo, Magic for sure. But Face, tell me you don't see her as Erica Slaughter, man.
Yeah, she does have that look too, so
yeah,
that could work.
Magic is Black Cat. But where do you guys see it? Do you see it could be? Do you think that this is maybe a coincidence? The fact that this rumor is now coming out, because usually these rumors have something to go with, right? And and that's why I kind of want to thank Matrix, because he brought up the Morbius thing. We're a month away. There hasn't been anything leaked in this movie. I'm assuming you guys know how it is, right? 2 weeks out from the movie, some spoilers, some leaks kind of happen. I think it's not a coincidence that these rumors of this actress playing this role are coming out right now. I really don't.
Man, so you think this ties to something on a bigger scale?
I do.
Man, listen, we're most likely going to get Felicia Hardy coming up in the Spider-Man movies as we go along. But again, I don't see her like as Black Cat. Yo, Black Cat is fine. Black Cat is like, like I'm not saying she's not fine. She's
fine.
No, she's a beautiful woman, but I don't see her portraying Felicia Hardy. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'll say it again. Erica Slaughter, I'll give it to her. But when it comes to Black Cat, I just don't see it. I think that it's like casting MJ, man. There's a lot of pressure casting a real Mary Jane, that redhead. Like
Blake Lively.
No. Okay, maybe.
What?
Maybe. Oh. No. But
it's just, I don't know. I mean, like regardless of whether you could see her in the role or not, I think it'd be a little late in the game to get her into Morbius, obviously, because that's coming out. And to have kept it under wraps that she was going to show up in there and not have it leaked out at all that she's going to be in it, regardless of what the part is, man, that would be impressive by Sony if they managed to not have let that leak out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's crazy about this movie too, though, speaking of like, leaked out and things like that, is there hasn't really been much. And I think, do you guys think there's maybe a fatigue because of the fact that this movie was supposed to come out, because it was supposed to come out like years ago, months ago?
Well, hold on, Morbius?
Yeah.
Bro, even if it would have come out when it was slated to come out, I would not care. And it's just where I stand. Look, when it comes to the whole Sony verse of movies, I've been let down by Venom. You really think they're going to hit it for me with Morbius? I really don't give a shit about Morbius to begin with. That's me being realistic. Like I said, do I see anything going forward with Morbius? What are they doing with this? What are they setting up? We've had the discussion where I do see a possible third movie for Andrew Garfield. It would make perfect sense. You know what I mean? But otherwise, this Sony universe to me is useless.
Dead, man, is done.
Yeah. Like I'm done with it.
Millie Bobby Brown as Felicia.
Now, I don't know who this.
I don't know who that is.
Millie Bobby Brown is, but
I'll have to Google it.
Stranger Things.
I'll have to Google it.
Okay.
The little girl.
I'll have to Google it. You know what? I'm gonna go see the movie, and I assume a lot of people are, because it's gonna be the next one, right? We're all fans of it, and I'm not as pumped as it, but at the same time, like I will see it. I'm interested to see their portrayal. I want to see if things connect. I mean, I don't think it's going to connect as much as people might think to the actual MCU and things like that. But I mean, there could be something there. You guys got to remember too, right? Vulture, he has that scene in the trailer, which I think will probably be an end credit or anything like that, where, Michael Keaton's character, the Vulture, says, "Hey, Doc, we should keep in contact," right? So you do have that crossover there. Plus, they mention it's not a crossover because it's in the same universe, but they do mention, and I don't know if you guys picked it up on it, but they do mention, the police officers mention, hey, we haven't had anything crazy since San Francisco, meaning and relating to Venom, right? So there are those dots that were connected. Hopefully people start connecting it, but I do think that is the wild card. that Vulture there being there, that's kind of your key to connect to both universes. Also, remember, guys.
But it still doesn't make sense.
No, I know 100%. But remember,
but listen,
hold on. But remember, we also didn't get a sixth member in Spider-Man movie, right? There was no Sinister Six.
But who says they were forming the Sinister Six?
No, I'm just saying.
So, but here's what I'm saying: if Venom, so Morbius is talking Venom, right? He does the "I'm Venom," right? In the trailer, he talks Venom, so Venom is relevant within his universe, and it's clearly going to be Tom Hardy, right? This is a Sony movie. Vulture's there. Wasn't this movie supposed to come out before Spider-Man?
Yeah.
So if it takes place before Spider-Man, that means that this whole multiverse of what took place is not existent yet. It has not happened yet. Again, I don't know if they did reshoots or not.
They probably did, man. That's what happens.
But how in the hell is Vulture there where Venom got teleported through a multiverse to get to where Tom Holland is, but Vulture is just casually there in the Sony universe, even though he was in Spider-Man 1.
Vulture's the best thing about this trailer.
Did you get the question? If Vulture is in Spider-Man Homecoming and he's in this trailer without transporting, going in between universes.
But you don't know that. You don't know it. And maybe they'll touch on it, right? During the movie.
But that's what I said, is if this movie takes place before that movie, it would make absolutely no sense. I don't know. I don't understand how that would have taken place.
Just that universe's version of him?
Could be.
They could have already had that. Obviously, they had that in mind and in place. So they could have just basically done that beforehand. You know what I mean? So like it is possible. They just maybe didn't want to show it a certain way, and they could. Keep in mind, reshoots happen all the time. It's funny because we just talked about what ended up happening with Doctor Strange, right? I think it was like 3 weeks ago, where it was reported that, Benedict Cumberbatch was reshooting 6 days a week for Doctor Strange. Yet we got a trailer. So there's things in the trailer that, or things that he's filming rather have not and won't be in the trailer or anything like that. So that's why I think there's a lot going on Doctor Strange stuff. Reshoots happen all the time. Obviously, Morbius had some, right? So
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But it's still confusing. That is the wild card in that trailer, in this movie, is the Vulture. I'm interested to see it. Now, I will say, I think it's going to be an end credit. I think it's going to be something like very small. Like we're only going to see him small. I don't think Vulture has a big role in this movie, except for the fact that that's going to be what fucks everybody up when we go see the movie. They're going to be like, "What the fuck? How is Vulture?" I think that's what's going to be the big card there.
My fear is that they end up going a totally different route, and it just things won't add up. Jared Leto is a phenomenal actor. He's a phenomenal singer. If anybody knows him, in 30 Seconds to Mars, he's got pipes, man. But I don't see how this movie is even going to be relevant. I think Sony's. I don't want to say it's time to throw in the towel. Like I'm all for them now with Spider-Man having left doors open while also closing a lot of, giving closure to stories that took place prior. But they have the opportunity now to do stuff with Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, you know what I mean? And it's a big, but Andrew Garfield definitely can come back for a third movie. And unless these characters, because now Venom went back home, unless these characters are tying into another Spider-Man, which only seems fitting for it to be Andrew Garfield. We said it many times. Venom that we currently have of Tom Hardy is very fitting with Andrew Garfield's universe. When you look back at the previous two movies, it makes sense. It just, even the visuals, the theme, everything fits. But otherwise, I don't really care, man, for this Morbius. I'm gonna go into it with an open mind, but
after Morbius, we don't get anything until March, right? That's the next one with Thor. So,
like, dude, you fucked up Carnage. Like, how do you do that? You know what I mean? Like,
write a bad script.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Though, with Morbius and Jared Leto, though, I mean, the thing is, like, he can play a really good Morbius. He's definitely got it in him to play that character really well. And a really comics sort of accurate version of him. I think the best thing that he's going to have to hope for, though, is that the movie really sort of like resonates with fans, and so much so that they want to see him cross over into the MCU, because Sony's universe just really, and that's the problem. It's starting out in a Sony movie. Man, I don't know how much faith you can have in him to, really get it right the first time around enough that fans are going to love him that much as Morbius. But yeah, that's essentially what you're gonna have to hope for, is that they want to see him cross over with the MCU.
I think a few things are going to hurt this movie, and I think the pandemic is going to hurt it, depending on where you are. I mean, I know where BC is getting a little rough. I mean, BC's pretty much shut down. Here we're kind of going that way. Some states, things like that. So I think the pandemic is going to hurt it. Really bad, because if they shut theaters down, I mean, who knows? Maybe they push the movie back. Who knows? If it goes to Disney, I mean, we're all going to watch it, but let's be real, they're not going to make enough money like they would want, or not Disney Plus, whoever Sony is. They're not going to make
this, bro. That's why they pushed and pushed and pushed.
Exactly. I think the one thing that helps it is the fact that it's the only show in town. Like, there's not going to be a show going on. There's no other Marvel stuff going on that month. Kevin Feige did say that there are some announcements coming, so maybe those announcements come, but for the most part, I mean, you are the only show in town. You should blow it, hit it out the park. So hopefully it does. Again, the nostalgia feel of this character from the show, the Spider-Man cartoon, I really want to see how it, crosses over. I'm interested to see if Black Cat shows up. I really like that. I really do. So we'll see. I'm excited because it's comics. It's a character we've never really seen. They're going the vampire route with horror stuff, moving forward and things like that. So I'm interested to see. I mean, where they could be. Obviously, Marvel and Sony have some talk. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes.
You know where Sony fucked up, man? They should have thrown Tom Holland, Spider-Man, into the Morbius movie, and that shit would have probably hit a lot better profit than it's going to get without him. And they should have shown that shit in the trailers too, because that would have been, the best way for them to capitalize off of, how well Spider-Man's doing. But Morbius to carry itself, that's a tough ask, because nobody cares about fucking Morbius anymore.
No. Yeah, no, dude, it's dead in the water, man. Already,
it's just, man.
The hype leading up to it, pre-COVID and pre all this bullshit, it was already iffy. Then after all the dates being pushed and whatnot, we're at the point now where it's just like, let's get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, I want to know what this is about. I will pay to go watch it, because, like I always do, anything comic related, I try to go watch it in theaters if they allow it. Where I'm at right now, because unfortunately they closed them down. But yeah, man, it's one of those that I'm only going to watch it, like I said. So
I just want to see Elsa in the trailer, dude. I am counting on Elsa. A lot of her books are spiking, and we've talked about this on the newbie side, in the spec side of things, rather, on my shows on Sundays. Elsa is a character everybody should be on the lookout for. Yeah. GC 2001, same thing with Lilith, Daughter of Dracula books. I mean, those are actually books. That's actually a character that I was looking at not too long ago. It's still pretty affordable. So, cover your bases, right? I mean, they're getting all that horror. They're getting all that vampire stuff. Who knows? The multiverse is here. They can go anywhere they want, bring in any character. It just makes sense that they could touch on Dracula's, daughter and things like that. So I would not, overlook those books, especially you can get a deal, man. That when nobody is talking about a certain book, that's the best time to get it. And I know that sounds, like, oh, obviously, but like everybody right now is on Moon Knight. Everybody right now is on some Star Wars stuff, right? Because Boba Fett comes out. Everybody's on, give me another book, Spider-Man 2099. Like, everybody's on these characters. So, I mean, if you're late to the party, unless you can find cheap books of this, like, go start looking somewhere else, man. Connect the dots somewhere else. Especially if you're just doing it for, the flip or an investment. You got to look somewhere else. So, Morbius is another new muse. Yeah. And you know what, BC, when you were talking about the movie getting pushed, I was actually thinking to myself, I'm like, this is just like New Mutants. It got pushed, and then nobody gave a fuck about it. I still haven't seen New Mutants, and I probably
it was total garbage.
Yeah, and I probably won't go see it. But I remember when that movie was coming out before the pandemic, I was excited for it. I'm like, oh shit. But yeah, that's what happens, man. People lose interest, right? So
Anyways.
To make those books more, if we can't get Black Cat, I'll settle with Lilith. What does everyone think they were hinting on Ned becoming Hobgoblin? Yo, I just actually read on my break today. I actually read the interview that this guy, I think his name is Jacob in real life.
Possibly.
Yeah, about his transformation, and he was letting nothing out, man. He's like, "Oh no, I just wanted to work out and everything like that." And they were like, "Oh, you sure you're not doing it for this role?" And he's like, "No, man, I'm just working out, just trying to be healthy and blah blah blah." So, I mean, obviously there's nothing there, but it's clear, this guy's losing weight. It could be hinted. I would love to see this. It makes sense. How about you guys?
The Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
It's totally gonna happen. I know a lot of people are saying otherwise, but I really see it happening, man. They teased it. They made you fall in love with Ned. There's a reason. Out the gate, we did
Just
not
to break your heart.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's money, baby. And Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, you got Harry Osborn. Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, you got Harry Osborn. We did not get Harry Osborn. We got Ned Leeds, guys. So I do totally see it. I think him not remembering, and we had this conversation last week.
Yep.
His life without Peter Parker ends up being a totally different turnout, man. And unfortunately, Peter's gonna have to be the one to, take him down. Whatever. I don't know how it's gonna go down, but I'm sure that's the route they'll go. If you want to know more, we spoke about it on the Spider-Man spoiler chat on Newbie's channel. Go back and watch it, man. We did say a lot about this, but I do see it coming.
I think the one thing we missed in that show, though, and I thought about it, is actually what Wesley's saying. So why would they give Ned magic if they are just going to make him a Hobgoblin?
I think they were just having fun with it, man.
Yeah. It was a misdirect, fun,
It was odd though, simply because how the fuck do you know how to find a Peter Parker with that ring on? Like it made no sense. But I don't know why they did it. I just think they did it to have fun. I don't think they'll go any route. It wouldn't make any sense to see Ned Leeds would become a sorcerer or some kind in the MCU. But I mean, at this point, and anything MCU related, don't rule it out. But it's the lesser of my favorite turnouts for him. I would love to see him as Hobgoblin, especially that we know, Norman Osborn says that Oscorp doesn't exist in that universe. Like he made it clear when he was in that soup kitchen, right, with Aunt May. So he was lost. He couldn't find Oscorp. He couldn't find anything. So it sounds like at the moment there is none. So I see them going this route somehow.
I mean, who knows? But I know if I start seeing any version of Ned Leeds in the comics as a wizard, I'm gonna pick that shit up.
Yeah, right.
Hey, yo, I just noticed Lasso's in the chat, man. Nice to see you. It's been a while, man. Hope you're doing good.
What's going on, man? Yeah, he just messaged me. There was a few things that he messaged me about Iron Man yesterday, so I had to give him a shout out. But it's always nice talking to Lasso. Yeah, I hope they do this. Again, in the cartoon, Hobgoblin was Ned, right? The blonde guy. So we'll see. Maybe they're following that. I might have to go back and watch that show.
Even in the comics, it happened.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things I'm seeing in the cartoon, man. There's a lot of things in the cartoon that I'm like, wait a minute, they're doing.
They could still have Hobgoblin without Ned, though. They could just make it, Roderick Kingsley. So,
yep.
They could still free up Ned to be something else, and it looks like he's about to get his Hogwarts letter.
Right. It doesn't make sense. If he goes a sorcerer route, that would be weird, but Yeah.
Shit. I mean,
Do
why
we,
not? Fuck it.
So if we, we got Norman Osborn, obviously. We got Green Goblin, obviously. We got Ned, who we think might turn into Hobgoblin. Do you see, and dare I say, do we see a Harry Osborn in the next movie? Because the next Spider-Man movie that we see, he will be in college. Do we see a Harry Osborn in his future?
I would hope so, man. I think it would be awesome. But I mean, if they don't go that route, I'm okay with it. Dude, we have to accept the fact that now we're in a universe where there's no Aunt May. There's no real Mary Jane Watson. We did not see Gwen Stacy.
Yet.
Or at all for now. You know what I mean? Maybe she'll pop in through another universe if ever they go that route with the
She
whole.
could pop through my universe.
There you go. But no, I
Bing.
yeah, whatever. Well, I just want to reference though a few comments and questions. Hold on, I'm gonna just scroll up a bit. So James Franco returns. Absolutely not, guys. We all know that guy is in some very hot water. There was one that came up, man, and just totally lost it. Whatever, I'll find it later. But yeah, Empire. I don't think we see a Harry Osborn in the MCU. You know,
what about the X-Men's comment about what universe we're in?
Sorry.
What about the comment that Specsman is saying about the universe that we're in? Do you think that maybe we're not even in 616?
I don't think there's ever going to be a 616. I think the MCU is just the MCU. It's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I think people forget that that's what it's emphasizing, is that it's their cinematic universe. Doesn't mean they're going to follow the 616. Doesn't mean they're going to follow the Ultimate Universe. If you look at everything, they take bits and pieces from different storylines. You know what I mean? So, like, Thor's costume in Infinity War gave me vibes of fucking the Ultimate Universe Thor's costume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just the MCU. You know what I mean? And that's how I think people should look at it. MCU is Earth 19999. Sure.
You know who's always good at,
yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't know offhand and everything like that. I am not familiar with like all the universes, but you know who's really good at that? Keys is always like, dude, no, this character is from like 825 and this character is from 757. And I'm like, all right, man, fuck, I believe you. I just want the damn book. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but like I was saying, whatever it is, I consider the MCU to be its own thing. You know what I mean? So like in Spider-Man, like we were saying, Homecoming, you have the deleted footage. It was a bonus feature of Prowler calling Miles Morales saying he wasn't going to be able to make it. So does that mean it's the Ultimate Universe? You know what I mean? Like there's many things, and it's clearly, I would say it's just its own thing. That's me.
I've always felt that the MCU was heavily based off the Ultimate Universe in the beginning.
Yeah, same. I don't disagree.
What did Jamie Foxx say? Why couldn't there be a Black Spider-Man? So Jamie Foxx basically, when Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, they calm down and they cure him. He says, I was pissed off when I found out you weren't black. And then Andrew Garfield just kind of shakes it off and he goes, you're from Queens. You help the poor. I just assume you were black. And then he says, there's got to be a Black Spider-Man out there somewhere, right? I mean, it just has to be. And then Andrew just kind of and then it just goes to somewhere else. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
No,
well, hopefully it's not in live action anytime soon, because Sony owns those rights too, and they'll fuck that up until Marvel gets it back.
But
that's true, Specs, man. Yeah, they can't just go expanding it and not have certain characters, right? So
no, for sure. But what he's saying is they can't just keep quickly explaining why certain major characters haven't been around. I agree, but I feel like the way they are currently doing things is a great way to right the wrongs and explain it, simply because, I mean, we all know why. We all know it's, it comes down to copyrights. It comes down to Sony owning certain characters. It comes down to Fox owning all these characters. We know this. The fact that they're still trying to come up with ways to do so, for explaining as to why. Like example, now the whole multiverse. Everyone feels like this is their way of correcting shit, right? And it is a great opportunity for them to do the great reset. As many people have referenced within the MCU, this being the opportunity for that reset. So, maybe now Doctor Strange, if Professor X pops in, who knows what that can lead to for the X-Men down the road, and then we're eventually getting Fantastic Four. There's many things. I'm sure they're going to do it properly. They're not just going to throw it at us. I kind of, as much as I was excited, I remember in Civil War when we got the first glimpse of Spider-Man, I was excited as hell. But it was like, okay, but what's the explanation? Then I saw Homecoming, and I was kind of disappointed. Like, I'm not going to lie. When I saw Aunt May knew who he was and all of the above, it just didn't feel like Spider-Man, and so on. So who knows? I feel like they just with Spider-Man, they righted majority of the wrongs. You know what I mean? And they gave Peter Parker, I don't want to say a clean slate, but they really projected him to become Spider-Man, and now, be the OG Spider-Man who had to give up everything he's ever wanted and just be that loner. But yeah, man, I feel like they're gonna come up with a good way to introduce these characters. I hope so. But I think of that question sometimes too, not question, rather statement. Like, they can't just keep doing that, but it's interesting to see how they do so. So,
Face?
We lost him.
No, I was actually just reading Zen's comment about Miles and Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I was actually kind of sitting here thinking to myself that that would be a perfect way to bring Miles in, as sort of at the end of the Into the Spider-Verse trilogy. Just have him like end up going through a portal, and when he comes out the other side, it's not the cartoon character anymore. It's a live action version, and he bumps into like fucking Tom Holland or
like that lame ass
Andrew
Space Jam
Garfield or
2.
Captain America or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, they just bring him in as the end credits. Turn him into live action.
I dig it, but I do think, like I said, they have referenced Miles in the MCU. I think they already have plans of it just happening organically within the universe.
It could, or it could be, that could be Ultimatum in the MCU.
Yes, and
that version.
And Specsman, yes, man. Maybe the MCU is its own universe. That's what I'm saying. Yes, it's called Earth 19999, whatever. But when they approached writing, and you guys all know, you have Kevin Feige, John Favreau. Favreau is very. I mean, you see how much passion this guy's got, man. And looking at like how they foresaw all the way, the build up to Infinity War and Endgame, all these pieces coming together. You see all these movies, but you can tell, they took references from Ultimate Universe 616 and this one and that one and what, it all comes together very nicely. And I do not look at the MCU being just the 616. And I think, that's maybe why some fans tend to get disappointed after watching a certain movie, because they're like, yeah, but that doesn't happen. But maybe it does happen in another universe or whatnot. But just go into it and just see the MCU for being the MCU. That's pretty much what I've done, and like I'm okay with the majority of these turnouts.
I'm just waiting to see a bunch of books so I can say 0 for 15.
Yeah, but face. They do stick more or less to those two universes, the 616 and the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, and it does seem like they try usually and hit some major plot points, whereas other times things tend to be a little different. Like, for instance, we were just talking about the whole Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin thing. The other thing thinking in that could be that maybe they're just thinking, okay, well, if we do another 3, 4, 5 Spider-Man movies, we can use this villain, and never even fucking need to think about using hobgoblins, so they never even need to worry about turning Ned Leeds into him, so they could just do different shit with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
while at the same time they still hit the major plot points for, you know, all the other characters involved. So, you know, it's one of those things. They could totally change up the Miles story, like you said, and it could be, you know, the character that already exists in the MCU.
Yeah.
Or they could still try and keep those major plot points and bring them in from an alternate universe. It's too hard to say right now with everything they've got going on, you know, especially with them opening up the multiverse in the MCU, because now it really opens up that option for, you know, that to happen with Miles.
No, but that's it. I think everyone's expecting like some clarity as to what the origin story is going to be. Guys, did you watch Tom Holland get bit by a spider in this universe? No, you didn't, man. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. Like,
plus we got time on Miles anyway. I think it's still a little ways away.
But that's what I'm saying is there's still much time. Tom Holland is here.
A whiles away, dude. It's like 10 years away.
Yeah, they just projected him. Dude, they just launched him to be the Spider-Man. So I don't see much more. One thing I will mention, though, that is not comic related, Guy Forge, bro. You better save me some Foley, bro. Because, yeah, man.
I was going to say, sound it out.
Yeah, man. And, yo, we enjoy listening to Defects. So, both ways, baby.
Secret Wars will need to be a 2-universe war, so they will have to create 2. Yeah. But by the time they do that, I mean, we still got, you know, Spider-Man going to college. We got to figure out what's going on with Doctor Strange. We got all these shows leading up to the street level stuff. Cosmic. We got Adam Warlock coming. Like, there's so much, and I feel sometimes, you know, we love this stuff. We love these characters, whether it be DC. I mean, in DC, you get it all the time with Punchline. It's like, whoa, slow down. I mean, I get Harley's kind of on the way out, but I mean, they got so many other characters. Why rush another character? Sometimes a lot of people are just rushed. We're in the point, you know, what's next? And I always try to remind people too, is right now is a great time for our hobby. And I've been talking about this where, you know, not necessarily a crash in the books, but I just hope that there's no fatigue with what's about to happen. And what I mean by that is, you know, we went, and if you can't remember, you know, ask an experienced person or somebody older than you maybe, but we went 2 years ago from getting maybe 3 to 4 movies a year. That's it. So when you were done a movie, you had to wait almost 6-7 months to get to the next one. And then in order to see like the sequel to that movie, you had to wait almost 2 years. Now we're in a point where we got 4 or 5 shows going. We got 5 to 6 movies. Disney wants to come out with more. They've literally said it on their Disney Investor Day saying, hey, yo, we want to put out more shows. We want to put out more movies. It's an interesting time because it's almost seems like they want to have something every month, right? They want to have something going at all times. So everything is all going to connect. Everything's going to happen. I just hope there's no fatigue, and I hope people sometimes just, relax, slow down, that they're not bringing this character in, you know?
I don't think there's going to be fatigue when it comes to MCU stuff related. Maybe comics. The comic fatigue could kick in. And I say that because we're still living through a pandemic. A lot of people found the hobby again or freshly once the pandemic hit. Once things go back to normal, there tends to be a little less funds for that, and it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But when we're talking MCU stuff, I don't think fatigue's going to kick in, and we're seeing it. We're literally seeing it. Like, look, Spider-Man hit some incredible numbers. You had Shang-Chi hit incredible numbers. Even Eternals did very well, given the circumstances. So I don't think fatigue kicks in. And we got Loki throughout the year. We got WandaVision. We ended up getting Falcon, Winter Soldier. We got the What If. And man, the hype is still there. I still go to work, and I'll have a random colleague who is nowhere close to the buffs that we are here, all in the chat and on the panel. And they're like, hey, man, I watched What If. It's incredible. What'd you think of it? I'm like, listen, you don't want to ask me what I think about it because you're going to have to sit down for 3 hours. But it was great. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know. I don't see fatigue kicking in. One comment I do want to bring up, guys, yes, Secret Wars. I do think that's going to settle a lot of shit within.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. So, get your Fantastic Four 319s now, people, because that is a clear cut. Because people are going to start fighting. Oh, Secret Wars 1, Secret Wars 2, Secret Wars 3 for the first Beyonder. Just go get the damn origin story. 319, Fantastic Four. It's a dope cover with him on it. Obviously, fighting up against Doctor Doom. It's really dope, really undervalued. I think I got like 3 copies of it at CGC right now. So, do yourself a favor. Get ready. I've been on the Beyonder, the Living Tribunal. Those are characters I've kind of been slowly getting together because you never know, man. You never know. And it's cheap because not a lot of people are paying attention.
Yep. Exactly, man. Face, I'm gonna let you guys just discuss for 2 minutes. I'm gonna take off. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just gotta go take care of a kid situation. 2 seconds. Oh, and speaking of a multiverse, check this avatar, guys.
This guy.
Fucking guy.
He's got jokes. So yeah, as far as the fatigue setting in, I mean, I don't think that fatigue is going to be too much of a problem because with the movies and the shows, you look at the comics industry as a whole, and fatigue doesn't really set in because us as comic fans, we can just go to the store and buy what we want, and eventually that's kind of what it'll be.
Yeah.
With the movies and the TV shows, people start just kind of paying more attention to just the certain ones that they want and leaving the other ones alone, maybe. Plus, it's a lot easier to sit down and watch a TV show, that they don't really theoretically you're not having to pay for that TV show, whereas you would have to go to the comic book store and actually purchase the comic or, buy it digitally or whatever to read it. So,
and it doesn't matter what show it is,
different.
right? Like we had a whole spectrum of like Magic, Tyme, street level, everything. And everybody was watching week to week. Everybody knew either Wednesday. I mean, WandaVision came out on Fridays, so that was like the only different one. But I mean, other than that, every Wednesday or every Friday with Wanda, I mean, everybody was watching. Everyone was paying attention. It was every hashtag. It was, in the favorites page. Everybody was talking about it, making memes. It was in the mainstream, like everything. And that's what they want, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got, you got people out there that are hardcore Spider-Man fans that read every Spider-Man comic that's ever been made that, don't really have a whole lot of interest in, say, the Avengers or, fucking any of the other MCU movies that are out there, Guardians of the Galaxy, Eternals, Shang-Chi, whatever you want to, there's no interest in any of that other shit. But now they're giving it more of a chance because they can watch the movies or the TV show, without having to put any investment into actually buying a comic. They're just paying for the streaming service that they're probably already getting anyway because they want to see a lot of this shit and other shit anyway. So
I just look at it,
watch it for an hour and check out something new.
Yeah, like I usually look at it like, obviously, and I love this hobby. I love what we do. We're all in it for different reasons, and we all love it for different reasons. But like, it's like anything, man. It's like, and I always relate it to, when you're listening to a band, right? And or an artist, and you love them because they're so good, and not a lot of people are talking about it. And then as soon as it gets mainstream, you're like, man, I don't even like this band anymore. I don't like this artist anymore, right? Like you do get that fatigue. It happens in everything. It happens in fashion. It happens in food. It happens in pretty much anywhere, right? So like not to say that I hope it happens here. I hope, we get the curve, but like we're going to be getting more content in than we've ever had. And I just try to remember and remind people, 2 years ago before the pandemic, it was just 3 to 4 movies a year.
Yeah.
That was it. That's it. We had nothing else. That was it.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. They are pretty smart in, like they said in chat right there, in basically having everything build upon itself and kind of be required for what's coming next or what's coming down the line,
You can't miss it. You can't miss it.
Great marketing strategy.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a great
tie it all together and you'll sell it all.
Yeah. I just hate how like now, Hawkeye's done and I got to pay for the subscription for like another like 4 or 5 months until the next show comes. That's what I don't like. But hey, it is what it is.
If only you were a Star Wars fan, you wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, man, fuck that. Oh yeah, that's right. It's just Star Wars. Yeah, fuck. Nah, man, that's not my thing. Maybe in 2023. Who knows? Maybe.
It is kind of funny that they dropped Book of Boba Fett right as Hawkeye ends. Like that was pretty smart timing on their part too. Keep them subscriptions rolling.
Yeah. All right. final topic that we're going to talk about. The Batman trailer finally dropped again. So this is the third trailer, I think it was.
It was the bomb trailer is what it was.
Third trailer. When does this come out? I forget.
I honestly, I don't remember
February,
the date.
right? I think it's February.
Don't remember the exact date. I'll pull it up very quickly. But man, the trailer was absolutely incredible, guys. This straight up, man. Since the whole trilogy where we had Heath Ledger and all that, I do not. I can't say we've gotten an epic movie from DC, and yes, I'm saying that about all the DC movies that dropped, even Justice League, all of that. I'm going to say that I really think this is where we're gonna start getting wowed by DC, man, because that trailer was fire, man. Like I don't.
Shazam 2, man. Shazam 2.
I hope, but I really feel this one, man. Like this one looks
DC Pets.
Too. Sorry,
DC Pets.
Is that really a thing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I've never even heard.
It's an animation, man.
Dwayne
The Rock Johnson,
the
Dwayne
Johnson.
Johnson.
Okay, sorry, I did hear about this. I'm sorry.
Superman's dog or whatever. It's like a bunch of them. Yeah.
Oh, that shit's got the Rock in it. You're telling me you're not watching it? It's got the Rock in it.
I did hear about it. I apologize. It just totally slipped my mind. But when it comes, sadly, when it comes to Shazam, yes, not Shazam. Sorry, Black Adam. I think that's gonna do great. Obviously, because it's got the Rock and whatnot, and it seems promising, man. It does seem promising, but I really feel like this Batman's gonna kick some serious ass, man. Like that trailer was fucking awesome, man.
So gritty. Yeah, the one thing I'm afraid of though in this trailer, like I usually am with DC, is the fact that I think that they just showed like 1/3 of their movie.
Yo, it drops March 4th.
So it's not January. Wes, you said January, man.
Nah.
I was thinking that because when he said January, I was like, wait a minute. No, Morbius is the only show in town in January. So, yeah. I mean, I'm going to go see it. I know it doesn't connect to the DCU and everything like that. I mean, we have to wait till the Flash movie and all that to get that figured out. I'm going to go see it. Catwoman is basically the main reason why I'm going to go see it. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, I think it looks good. At first, obviously, you know, you're thinking, oh, it's this, what's the movie? Twilight. You're thinking, oh, this guy's going to be Batman. No, it's not going to work. And then, I mean, he pulls it off. It's got a dark vibe to it. I've been saying for a long time, man, take the Batman universe, get all these characters, do it dark like they did with that Joker. You got something. You really do. And it's showing again. I think this is going to be a very successful movie. A lot of Batman fans too. So the numbers might mislead you, but at the same time, I think it's going to be very well received. I think it's going to do really well. A lot of good actors, a lot of villains, right? I mean, we got Riddler, we got Riddler, Penguin. So yeah, man, it's going to be good, man. I look forward to it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Avengers is going to be pretty interesting. The only thing, you know, it's funny because you brought up Twilight, and I wasn't really worried about the whole Twilight Batman when they cast Robert Pattinson or anything like that. I wasn't worried about Twilight Batman until they dropped this trailer. And actually, I gotta clarify that real quick. When this trailer dropped, I didn't watch it right away.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw all the reports about the stuff about Batman and Catwoman's relationship and everything like that was going on. And we were talking about in the backstage after the show last night. And the guys were asking if we had seen it. And I was like, nah, I just heard about the reports. And, you know, that kind of makes me worry about the Twilight Batman shit because it was saying it was so heavy on the love story and everything like that. But then I actually watched the trailer and I was like, no, okay, this shit was awesome. It's not the Twilight Batman. So we're good. We're safe.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's
we're safe.
It looks solid.
Yeah, we're safe.
I'm stoked to talk to this.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah,
fellas, we had a great show. You guys want to let the people know what's going on in your universe over there? Let the people know.
I will tell you exactly what's going on. Just give me 5 seconds. So as it stands right now, Comic Kingpins are 12 subscribers away from 250 subscribers, which we have tons to be given away. Dan Delatorre's contributed. He's here in the chat. Kamikaze's contributed. He's here in the chat. and many others too. Once we hit 250, guys, we're giving away slabs, which Dan's contributed. Like I said, Iron Man 169, Iron Man 170, awesome spec books. I kind of wish that I could win one, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed to participate. No, I'm not allowed. Exactly. So do head over to Comic Kingpin's YouTube channel. Try just subscribe, man. Look us up. We've got tons of content, like Newbie was saying earlier in the show, and we have a lot coming, man. We've just recently launched in 2021, a few months ago, and it's been a ride, man. It's been a blast. I'm looking forward to the next year with the Kingpins, with everybody who's tuning in and growing the channel and growing with Newbie here. And I'm going to use this opportunity to say thank you, because 2021 is the year I even came about, man. I had wasn't doing any of this stuff. I met
You're not even 1 year old in the Newbieverse, man.
It's not even a year old, bro. I've been here. I think I joined up in like May or something like that. But
no, you joined up in like.
It wasn't. It may seem like we've known each other forever, but it's been a short time, man. And you guys have all become family. The chat as well. Everybody tuning in, man. I really appreciate you guys. 2021 was awesome. We're gonna kill it in 2022 all together, guys. And
that's right. That's right. All right. Well, you heard it there. So yeah, this is the last show of 2021. Appreciate everybody, tuning in throughout the year and a half I've been rolling. I appreciate everybody tuning in to these guys at Comic Kingpins over there. Just keep in mind, we'll be back on Sunday, new comic book day, comic news, and newbie spec of the week. And then next Tuesday, hottest comics of December, followed by the following Tuesday, probably going to do hottest comics of the year. Just seems fitting. Lots of books that would probably just be like, holy shit, this was a book or whatever. So yeah, definitely something you guys want to check out. I got a video dropping probably later this week. I'm also going to be joining the Comic Spec Tales podcast because they are doing a special show. So I will be on there on Thursday. I will probably, drop a thing or two there where you guys can find us. So yeah, I'll be there. Also, make sure you guys go check out the Comic Com podcast. I just did a show with Zach and Nemesis Prime over there from the Lords of the Long Box guys. I just was on there. So make sure if you haven't, go find yourself over there. It's an hour. We talk, we laugh, a lot of good stuff over there. So make sure you guys tune in. Other than that, that's the show. Take care of yourselves this Friday. Happy New Year to everybody. Don't drink and drive. Get your pets
please
either neutered. And that's the show, people. We'll see you in 2022.
Yeah, buddy.
Enjoy the week. Stay safe. Fuck you, Omnicron.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Peace.